The Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech have been in a similar situation this season, but look to get a win here in Logan in this crucial WAC matchup coming up next. Welcome to Logan, Utah. Merlin Olsen Field at Romney Stadium. Louisiana Tech winners of 3 straight in the WAC on the road. Utah State 2-0 at home this season. Hi, everybody. Alongside Jay Taylor, I'm Trey Bender. Glad you're with us. These teams have endured tough early season losses, but the feeling is that better days ahead for both programs.
And I believe so. When you look at both these teams, they're young teams led by 2 young quarterbacks, but they've got talent all the way around. They've played a lot of team stuff and have some heartbreaking losses, but they think that's a maturation process, and these young kids will get better. 2
true freshmen at the helm. Chucky Keaton, a mature guy running the Aggies offense. Top WAC rushing offense.
Well, when you have a running attack like Utah State does, you want your quarterback to protect the ball. The one thing I like about with his 1,000 yards passing is 10 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. And by him being able to do that, this offense can be explosive, control the running game, and then get the play-action pass right behind it.
On the other side, Nick Isham, cool customer from California, loves the lights in this pass-happy offense.
This other true freshman ran this offense in high school, and that's what Coach Dykes likes. More importantly, he likes the fact that he told him to protect the ball better. He did that against Idaho. They got out with the win. They're hoping for the same thing today.
This game could be won between the tackles. Coming up, we're going to see 2 all-conference running backs hoping for big games. Lennon Creer and Robert Turbin. They could hold the keys to who wins it today in Logan. Olsen Field honoring the greatest Aggie, the NFL Hall of Famer. Bulldogs and Aggies next. Here in northern Utah in the Cache Valley, this key WAC matchup, Bulldogs and the Aggies. As you look at the weather, sunny skies, sun in the forecast, and a light wind. And these teams are ready for football here in a beautiful setting. Sonny Dykes trying to turn this program around. The top WAC recruiting class in 2011. Wide open style brought to Ruston. And Gary Anderson, positive vibe in his program, looking for a breakthrough win as we are underway. Matt Nelson to kick it away. Tech deferring to the second half. They kick it into the hands of Kerwin Williams. And he's across the 20, taken out at the 22-yard line. Javante Crow on the stop. This is a Utah State team led by a true freshman, quick with his feet and his decision-making, a still developing arm. Chucky Keaton, a sponge. They say film study sets him apart.
And this kid is very dynamic. He went to Auburn as a true freshman, led that team to the point they should have got out of there with the win. His maturation process, the coach has been excited about all season.
Does not make mistakes in the passing game and makes the right decisions in the option game. They'll go double tight end alignment. We'll see a lot of different formations, and that's a concern for Louisiana Tech defensively. On first down, off the play action, Keaton to the air, and he has a man, Travis Van Leeuwen, the catch and then the fumble. He covers it. That's a first down grab to the 35-yard line.
I like this play action. You know they run the ball, so La Tech has to play for it. Use that to your advantage. Chucky has all day. Gets that ball out there. Van Leeuwen has to do a better job of holding on to it, though.
13-yard pickup to Marcion Evans, fifth-year senior corner on the stop. They'll go split backs this time. Turbin, the motion man, hand off to Michael Smith, and he gets a yard, and that's about it on first down to the 36. Let's take a look at this Aggies offense. Tops in the WAC in rushing, 6th in FBS. Turbin is the star, WAC Player of the Year candidate. He's a vocal leader as well. He picks up a lot of guys around him. Up front, they love their guards and their center. They believe they're best in the country in terms of what they produce up the middle on the offensive line. 2nd down and 9. Diving catch made by Matt Austin, their go-to guy at the 41-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd and 4 from there.
The situation you'd like to be in with 3rd and 4. It opens the playbook for run and pass. Look for Utah right now to take advantage of this situation. Maybe throw a bubble screen.
The Aggies with a 3rd and 4 after the catch by the junior from Monrovia, California, Austin. 3rd down, short. Keaton from the gun, pressured, and he's sacked back at the 36-yard line. This is a good Tech defense at rushing the passer. 13 sacks on the season. That's second in the WAC, and Brohock gets that one.
Watch Brohock come on the outside right there. Nice swim underneath move, taking advantage of Eric Schultz there. Getting him beat on the inside. Chucky Keaton had no chance to set his feet and get out of that.
That is 18 career sacks for Brohock as you look at Andrew Giat awaiting the punt from Tyler Bennett. The defensive stand for the Bulldogs here on the road. Bennett, wobbly kick. Giat's going to let it hit at the 23. Takes a sideways bounce, a fortuitous bounce for the Aggies, and they down it at the 13-yard line. Bennett, one of the best in the conference at pinning people deep. That is now 13 inside the 20 for Utah State. We talked about Nick Isham in the open. He is a guy that grew up in Hidden Hills, California, and just loves the lights, unique upbringing. His dad, Mark, a world-renowned film composer. They saw him on film. He's not physically gifted in terms of size, but they love the way he can make plays and move the chains, and really playing pretty well as a true freshman. He'll start this series from the 13-yard line. Handoff to Lennon Creer, and Creer across the 20 and a couple yards shy of the first down, an 8-yard pickup. Creer's going to have to shoulder a lot of the burden, on pace for back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons on the ground.
Good play right now for them to do as another draw. You just set it up. Utah State expects you to pass, but you definitely did a nice run.
Both teams run spread. We'll see a lot of quick snaps, up-tempo most of the way today in Logan. Isham on second and short, has a man for a first down grab. It's David Grew, and the junior has a first down out to the 32-yard line as they move the chains. Grew more their possession guy.
Think of Wells Walker coming in position. Wells Walker does a lot of this, just underneath, find a spot, sit down, allow your quarterback to get your ball, get positive yards.
Grew joined the team as a walk-on last year out of Newbury Park, California. A couple Californians hooking up on that play. In motion, Acaro, and he'll get the football. Talib Acaro across the 35-yard line, 5 yards on that pickup. This is a team that runs the spread, but they look to throw out of it, and they have been very effective, especially revolving around Lennon Creer. Has 6 touchdowns on the ground. Up front, they've had some injuries. Jordan Mills, Johnson, they're big. Johnson's 350 at the right guard spot. On second down, Isham, deep ball. He wants Quentin Patton, and he overshoots him at the 25. A guy to keep an eye on, number 4, Patton. He is a playmaker. He owns their 6 longest gains this season.
Definitely with speed and a lot of mobility to be able to get between safeties and corners and find that hole. It loves the big play, and I think this offense is going to need plays like that. You got to stretch this defense out to give yourself a chance on underneath passing.
3rd and 5 now. Initial series for Louisiana Tech. They will show a lot of 4 receiver looks, single back, and they'll look to the sideline for the play call as he checks it off from the sideline. Pressure coming. Isham throws on the run. Catch is made by Giat, and he's close to a first down at the 43 and appears to have it.
Maurice Alexander doing a nice job of not allowing that to become a bigger play. You can see Isham does a good job moving the pocket, gets the ball out. Giat gets upfield, gets that positive yards. Another first down for him, moving the change on this first drive. That's what you want to do. Plays like this help you out.
Another former walk-on, Grew and Giat, former walk-ons, effective on this first drive. Fresh set of downs. Keeper from Isham up the middle, and he's hit hard and driven down by Tavares McMillan after a short gain to the 47. Utah State defensively switching to the 3-4 this year. Quinn Garner's a 3-year starter at the defensive end spot. Bobby Wagner leads the WAC in tackles, national honors candidate at inside linebacker. And McCade Brady's coming off his best game last week at Fresno State. Had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. Big game last week from the Aggie. 2nd and 6. Creer slanting left and a yard, and that's about it. Bobby Wagner tracking that down from the backside. He is everywhere.
He's everywhere, and he's going to be everywhere come next year on Sundays. This is a linebacker that can go sideline to sideline. Great speed, great size, and has a nose for the ball. The leading tackler in the WAC right now.
Wagner alongside Kyle Gallagher. Those are the 1 and 2 guys in terms of tackles at Utah State this year. Both seniors. 3rd and 5 Bulldogs from their 48. Bunch set to the right. They have 4 receivers to the right side of the field, and that's a lateral pass into the hands of the receiver, and Casey throws deep, and it's caught downfield inside the 10-yard line by David Grew. Isham to Casey, who throws his first pass and completes it to David Grew. It's 1st and goal.
What a play. Make you think it's bubble screen. Defense is there. Casey does a better job of eluding the rush, getting the ball out. Grew doing a nicer job of holding on to the ball. Look at that. He loses it right there. Steps in like he's the quarterback, puts it on the money. That should have been for 6.
Former high school quarterback delivering a strike. 45 yards. 1st and goal at the 7 for Louisiana Tech. Handoff to Creer. In the backfield. Hit again, and he leans forward inside the 3-yard line. Kyle Gallagher on the stop. We thought we'd see some trickeration from the Bulldogs, and they pull it off here early.
Well, that's what you have to do. When you're on the road and you're playing against a tough defense like Utah State is at home, you're going to have to bring some tricks in the bag, and they definitely did that on this first drive to help yourself get moving. They've
been pretty good in the red zone. Sonny Dykes' team converting in a pretty high number, facing a 2nd and goal at the 3. 3 backs with Creer directly behind Isham. He'll take the handoff to the corner, and Creer is in for the Louisiana Tech touchdown. A big play on the wide receiver option pass, and Creer caps it off. 7 times he's found the end zone on the ground.
Creer is one of those running backs that's kind of special because it's the build. You're looking at this guy, 6'2", 220, lean, speed, gets to the edge, gets in the end zone. That's the kind of drive you want to start out with on the road, especially the way this team has played on the road.
And he's not at 100%. High ankle sprain has been bothering Lennon Creer. Looked good on that run as Nelson tries to tack on the extra point, and it's through there. And the visitors from Ruston with an impressive drive. First series, they take it the distance. 10 plays, 87 yards. And Lennon Creer, the leader, on their ground attack, puts them in front. An impressive opening drive for Louisiana Tech, capped off by the Lennon Creer touchdown run. 10 plays and 87 yards. The big play, the wide receiver option pass, 45 yards. Casey to Grew, putting them at the doorstep.
Casey eluding the rush. That was huge because Utah State had to stop there, but somehow he made a play. And that's what you have to do when you're in the rut. You got to find a way to make plays.
Here's Kerwin Williams, one of the top kick returners in the country. He'll take a knee after the booming kick by Nelson, and the Aggies will start at the 20-yard line. This is an Aggies offense. Their bread and butter is the run game. We talked about how they lead the WAC, almost 300 yards per game. Look at the numbers, and that's behind option teams and spread teams.
And you said that correctly. When you look at Army, Georgia Tech, Air Force, and Navy, all option teams, Oregon a spread team. This team, Utah State, can really put 2 times out there and run the ball well.
They're going to hand it off to Turbin here on first down, running to the right behind good blocking, and he's out to the 26-yard line. Napaloo and Schultz giving him some room over there. This is also a team, they can really take the heart out of you with long drives. 5 90-yard scoring drives, that's most in the nation.
And this is what I like about this team, and I'd like to see, even on this second down, another run play. Make it 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 if you don't get the conversion on the second down run.
Been very good on 3rd downs at over 50%. 2nd down and 4 at the 26. This time a fake to Turbin. Keaton setting up the screen into the hands of Turbin. He has a first down, and Turbin in the open field. Robert Turbin finally taken down by Adrian Cole at the Bulldogs' 42-yard line. We saw him break one at Fresno State last week. So dangerous, and don't let his bulk deceive you.
And we've watched this guy so many times. When you see how this screen was set up. Defense almost breaks it down, but he's able to extend it because of his ability to run the ball sideline to sideline.
32-yard reception for Turbin. Dangerous out of the backfield. And there's a slip screen in the hands of Chuck Jacobs. And he has a nice gain up to the Louisiana Tech 35-yard line. Jacobs, a junior from Richmond, California, with his 12th catch of the year.
I was trying to think about what running back. We've talked about Turbin a lot and things he's did. Marshawn Lynch, I think, is the closest comparison with the size, the way he runs. He can break it, he can take it the distance, but still the power to run you over.
And the thing about this Aggies team, it's not just Turbin. They can change it up with Kerwin Williams and Michael Smith, who's now into the game. The senior from Tucson, also very effective. They have Williams and Smith in the backfield. Play fake for Keaton, deep ball, and it's incomplete. We've got a penalty flag intended for Austin, and Holton going on down there. DeMarcion Evans had his hands full.
The DB did a smart thing. When you're looking at it, it was Chad Boyd did a smart thing by holding on to receiver. He didn't give up the big play. If Utah State would have held on to receiver, that would have only been a 15-yard penalty. But because of Holton, he saved that touchdown.
Jim Farmer.
Defense, number 11. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's Evans, a fifth-year senior. He was clearly beaten.
He was definitely beaten, and he did the nice thing. In college, that's what's nice about it. You can hold. It's only a 15-yard penalty, not a spot of the foul. But you see right there, he's holding on to him. Chucky knew he had him on that stop and go.
They move the football down to the Bulldogs' 25-yard line now. Kerwin Williams in motion takes the handoff, and Williams run out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Williams' sprinter speed affects the game in so many ways. That time Tech defended it pretty well on the side. Dave Clark over there.
Anytime you can make a rush defender go east and west instead of north and south, that is a win for the defense. But you're right, Trey. This guy has the speed and ability to get just a little seam. He'll take it to the house.
He's a Paul Hornung candidate for the nation's most versatile player. Picks up 4 on that last carry. Turbin back in now. Turbin the handoff straight ahead, and they're not finding a lot of room between the tackles. Couple of yards down to the 20, third down coming up. We talked about Turbin and how he can affect the game. Look at the numbers. He's done it through his career, and he keeps getting better and better.
And I think it's because he's an all-around back. He does not have to come off the field. He just does a direct snap right now, setting it up. And you're going to see right there, just look at that power. The guy knows how to run. He's patient, looking for the seams as he goes downfield.
And there's that quick hitting thing, and they like to stick with the same running back on back-to-back plays, even though they're going up-tempo.
Well, it helps because it's continuity. You can see they're going quick snap again because when they have you in this situation, they like to do this to pin you back.
Smith now with a handoff. Smith running right, and he's tackled from behind at the 10-yard line. Tackle made by Jamel Johnson, the free safety from Cleveland, Ohio. But right now the Aggies have the Bulldogs on their heels.
And the reason they do it this way is because when they get you into certain sets, they don't want you subbing. So what better than to go no huddle with the same running plays to wear that defense down?
Well, you can see why the defense has their head on a swivel. Smith, Williams, Turbin. Dave Baldwin, their offensive coordinator, thinks we have 3 backs combined as good as anybody in the country. Here is the handoff. And this is Williams cutting it up inside the 5, and he's close to a first down. 3 guys that all have speed and stretch out the defense.
And that was another play they're using. They understand La Tech sees the bulk center. You're going to see as this play comes, he just stretches it out. He's waiting for the seam, and if it's not there, he just takes it all the way outside. But they have the speed to do it. That's why it's effective.
Williams, quick snap, straight ahead, and needed about a yard for the first down on 3rd and 1, and he's very close. They had Tiala Vea, the tight end, in there in a fullback type situation, trying to lead the way. Shaquille Lucas on the tackle. 54 is going to check out now.
These D tackles are going to get a lot of work. This Utah State offense loves to run the ball straight down the gap. Those guys got a lot of work ahead of them.
First down. Look at Matt Broha sucking some wind here, and that's what Utah State can do to you.
And that's why they go no huddle on those run plays. They use it as an advantage when they know these defensive linemen get tired.
Prior to last week, you see the numbers there. They were perfect in the red zone. Shut down a couple times against the Bulldogs in Fresno. Knocking on the door again inside the 5 now. Smith straight ahead, runs into a couple red helmets at the 2-yard line. Chad Boyd in there, and also Jay Dudley. They're keeping him honest with that inside run game, but they're not getting a lot of production.
Well, what happens when you do that, though, you have to stick with it. I like to call it 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It makes the defense have to honor it. And you're seeing at the spread plays, that's why they've been getting outside a little bit. They're making the defense have to stay in the middle so they can run those sweeps.
Jumbo set now. Lloyd and Tialavea, a couple tight ends with Turbin in the backfield. 11th play of the drive. Turbin for the goal line, and he's a little bit short. About a yard shy. It'll set up a 3rd and goal from there.
Smash mouth football. You're looking at it right here as he gets the ball, just dancing, waiting, just allowing that seam to happen there. Look at that power. He almost gets in. 3rd
and goal from the 1. Again, Tialavea blocking tight end in front of Turbin, trying to cash in. Turbin sidesteps, dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
The beautiful patience of Robert Turbin. Not trying to hit the hole right off the bat. Watch as he gets his ball. He dances sideways. Look at it. He's just enough to set the defensive player, Quinn Giles, up so that he can come right inside and get that score. All running backs need to understand, it's not always about the quick burst. Sometimes about the patience to allow it to develop.
Josh Thompson will try to even it up, and he does. We're tied at 7. 12-play, 80-yard drive. Robert Turbin could be the WAC Player of the Year, the Doak Walker candidate, his 12th rushing touchdown. Leaving at 7, a couple long scoring drives. First Louisiana Tech and then Utah State. The Aggies, thanks to Robert Turbin, finding the end zone. 80 yards. Turbin had a 32-yard catch, and then he capped it off with a nifty run near the goal line.
The guy is just elusive. Marshawn Lynch is the comparison I come up with. He's an every down back, though. He doesn't have to come off. He can pass block as well as good hands-on receptions, as we saw on the screen. But more effectively, his patience running the ball is just huge. All backs, there's some that are, Kerwin Williams, he's a speed guy. But you look at this, what they're doing with the rush. This is huge. That 3.3 average a game is going to continue to go up as his running attack gets better.
They'd like to open up a little bit more for Chucky Keaton as he grows into his role as quarterback. But Keaton very effective on that drive. 4 for 4 through the air as well. Jacob Howder to kick it away. Levander Liggins will take a knee, and the Bulldogs will have it at the 20-yard line. Both these teams showing why they can be very effective offensively. The quick hitting ability of Louisiana Tech, the sustained rushing attack of the Aggies. We're all even. A key game in the WAC race. Both these programs trying to turn the corner. Tough early season losses. Louisiana Tech and Utah State. A couple sustained drives are early scoring. Here's the last drive.
You can see right here, this is the big play right here. When you're able to set up a fake play, get downfield, first drive, allow Creer to get in that score. That's a good way to start your first time you touch the ball. Now you have to come out and respond. I like to see a quarterback draw right here, maybe since he's been sitting.
Look at what Isham has done in this spread offense. Very effective as a true freshman. They're going to empty the backfield here on first down. Setting up Quentin Patton on the screen. Patton across the 27, and he's close to a first down. Patton is on the Bolitnikoff watch list. Nicknamed the General, a vocal guy. He leads the WAC, almost 8 catches per game.
He has big playability every time he touches the ball, and he doesn't care if he goes inside, outside. He will get it done when he gets it in his hands.
Tough in traffic, tough yards after the catch. Second down and a couple. This time they have 3 in the backfield. Creer, the deep man. Fake to Creer. Isham throws on the run, and the catch is made for a first down. Hauled in by Maylon Lee, and this is his first statistic of the season. He saw some action earlier in the year against Auburn as a blocking back, and he moves the chains.
And that's one of those plays. It's just a bootleg, a simple little bootleg. Try to get the quarterback out of the pocket so he can see downfield, make an effective throw.
First down at the 33. Hunter Lee is now in at the running back spot. Handoff to Lee. Hunter Lee is swarmed up Slugger and drop. Tavares McMillan's made a couple tackles in the early going. Redshirt freshman from Miami all over that one.
McMillan smelling it out, doing a good job of scraping down the line right there, and not giving up the outside position, forcing him back inside, making the tackle.
He, along with Maurice Alexander, a lot of speed at that outside linebacker spot, really complements Wagner in the middle. 2nd and 11. Patton split to the bottom of the screen this time. Isham to the other side, incomplete, intended for Jakari Jackson.
Jermaine Robertson has to be smarter about that. He has to be careful. He tried to cut underneath. Jakari Robertson could have got a big play on that for a touchdown. You see it right here. He goes and cuts underneath. You take that chance, you get very in trouble. Jackson could have caught that ball and took it to the house.
So now it's 3rd and 11, and this is where the Aggies really like to come after you in the blitz schemes. They're aggressive on defense. Let's see if they bring some people. Showing blitz. Here they come. Isham on 3rd and long wants Patton. The catch, but it's out of bounds. And they'll have to punt it away. Lawson on the coverage. No room over there for Patton.
One of those plays they had it dialed up. A good play to call. Another little drop back. Just trying to get it out to Patton. The young quarterback letting the ball sail a little bit. You got to understand you're on the short side of the field. That ball has to come out quicker, and that route has to be a little crisper.
So big stop for the Aggies defense is Ryan Allen, the WAC Special Teams Player of the Week last week against Idaho 2 weeks ago, actually before their bye. He'll punt it away. High snap. And the Oregon native gets the kick away. It's a beauty. Kerwin Williams is going to watch it hit inside the 20. And it's down inside the 15-yard line. Allen has had an exceptional season. He has now put 21 inside the 20. That's 2nd in the FBS ranks.
That is a very good thing to have when you have a young quarterback and a defense that sometimes struggle, to be able to pin somebody back inside the 20, even inside the 10. That's a game of field position on the road.
So after the 55-yard punt, Chucky Keaton at the helm. They did a nice job mixing run and pass last drive and really keeping them honest with a lot of different looks. 3 different running backs on that last drive.
That's the strength of your team. Use it. And right now, I'd like to see him start with the run with Robert Turner.
A couple running backs on the field right here. Play action for Keaton. Plenty of time. Chip gets on the sideline, and he has a catch near the 20. No, the rule incomplete now. It appeared he hauled it in at the 25, and they say he didn't get a foot down.
That was the same identical play that they started the game off with. The play action, throwing it over. Receiver getting the catch close to the sideline. Has to maintain it, though, all the way through.
Oh, close. Close. He had both feet down. Did he have possession? I think that's what you're referring to. Did he have possession of the football? It's academic now. 2nd and 10. Turbin, and he's dropped for a loss. Gobbled up that time by Dusty Russ, the 5th-year senior from Shreveport.
That's where I liked where they would have ran if they would have ran the first play, set yourself up. But you see right here, this is the first play, the previous play. He catches it, but right there, the DB does a good job of stripping it out. Evans knocking it out of there.
Good play by Evans. 3rd and 10 now. This is not where Utah State wants to be. Empty backfield, 5 receivers, and Keaton in some trouble and somehow evades the pressure. Now he'll be tackled back at the 11-yard line. That was a danger zone time there for the Aggies, and a potential turnover. Keaton lucky to keep the football.
Right there, got blown up by IKE and colleague. By him getting in there, he created that whole mishap. And it also looks like Chucky Keaton injured his ankle a little bit, which we saw that last week on the last play of the game against Fresno State.
We'll keep an eye on Chucky on the sidelines as Tyler Bennett will punt it away from his end zone. Guillot's going to let it hit at the 43, out of bounds near midfield. So the Bulldogs in excellent shape after a big defensive stand, and they'll have half of field to work with now in this tie game.
Well, let's look at this situation, too. You just talked about it with Ryan Allen. The series before, pinning Utah State back. And because he pinned them back, now they're getting a good start because the defense came out, forced a 3-and-out. Now they're starting on the 50-yard line.
1 quarter in the books. A couple long drives. Turbin tying things up for Utah State. Second quarter, right around the corner. Ready for the second quarter here in Logan Romney Stadium on the campus of Utah State University. Tied at 7, Louisiana Tech and Utah State, key game in a wide open Western Athletic Conference race. We're seeing 2 true freshmen start here, 2 of the 4 nationally, Isham and Keaton. And you look at their numbers, you could say the 2 best true freshmen. Look at those.
And that's what I like when you look at that right there. That's one reason why they're there. The touchdown to interception ratio, especially when we talk about Chucky Keaton.
Isham, a natural leader. They love his intangibles at just 6 foot and 185. Going to hand it off on the end around to Quentin Patton. And the Aggies read that well. Bumped out of bounds by Lawson after a 1-yard gain to the 49-yard line.
Those are stretch plays. You're just trying to find a seam so that the receiver, running back, whoever gets the ball can cut it upfield. As the game progresses, the team that starts to lack in assignments and not keep up with it, those plays will start to crack.
Just underway second quarter, 2nd and 9. Bulldogs. Hunter Lee is in the backfield, another true freshman to the right of the true freshman quarterback. Fake to Lee, Isham to the sideline. There's Patton again. Makes a man miss, hammered, and he loses his helmet near the stick. He took a shot from, it looks like, Maurice Alexander after Davis initially got to him.
Oh my goodness, watch what you're doing. Isham does a good job throwing across the field throw, trying to make more out of it. Patton just got served right there. He went to the school of hard knocks. You got to watch when you cut back inside.
Looks to be okay. Just short of the stick. 3rd and a yard now. And they'll go jumbo set now with Creer, the deep back, and a penalty flag. Some movement, I think, in the Tech backfield.
Snap infraction on the center. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And they're going to get Stephen Warner, the junior center. It made the backs move, and that's a costly one. You've got 3rd and 1 set up, and now it's 3rd and 6.
That's definitely a costly play because your receiver just did hard work. That was a nice throw by your freshman quarterback throwing across the field to make a big play. You can't back it up with a penalty.
Again, that 3-back look and 2 receivers for Isham. Handoff to Creer, running right, has a first down as he puts his head down to the Aggies' 39-yard line. How about crossing him up with the run there on 3rd and 6? I think Isham saw something.
Isham saw it. They set up that situation where it's a nice draw, get a lead blocker on there. Utah State fails to wrap him up at the first contact, but Creer's a good back. He's going to take more than one on the first hit to bring him down.
Creer checks out. Hunter Lee, the Flower Mound, Texas product, in the backfield now. They'll go 4 receivers, 3 to the left side. Isham throws it away. There's a heads-up play from a true freshman as Wagner clocked him after he delivered it. Play's not there, just get rid of it.
I love the poise in the pocket. He has the ability to run out, but he didn't necessarily try to run out. He moves his legs enough to allow the receivers to get open. Nobody did, and I like how he got out of bounds.
There he is, out of Hidden Hills, California. A lot of movie stars from that part of Los Angeles. He grew up around the big lights. His dad, Mark, world-renowned film composer. Not in awe of many things, including the big stage of college football. Quarterback draw. It's 3 yards to the 35-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down and long from there.
He saw the clock. He's hitting his hands. Center, get me the ball. The poise and presence of both these young quarterbacks. But Isham, he's doing all he needs to do to keep them in positive situations to play the game of field position.
Coach Dyke said it was his best week of practice, getting better, does what we ask of him. 3rd and 7 here. Here's a Caro in the slot, and the Aggies read that one. They shut him down at the line of scrimmage. Big play by the nickelback, Terrence Alston. It's 4th down.
These bubble screens, when you play against teams that do the same thing, they're used to seeing it. Terrence Alston does a good job continually hustling, coming up, forcing them to do the situation where they're going to go for it on 4th down, unless they're going to do a quick punt, a la Randall Cunningham used to do. Make you think you're going to throw it, and then you pooch punt it. It's
4th and 7. Nelson's career long is 47, so they will opt to go for it here. Isham pressured and sacked back at the 47. Bobby Wagner in there, and he got some help from Connor Williams.
The price you pay when you take the chance. You have one of the best punters in the nation. You got to try to pin them back the way your defense is playing right now. The fact that you go for it now, you give momentum to Utah State. They get a nice big sack on 4th down. The offense to see if they can come out and get it taken care of and get points on the board to start this off the timeout.
We're all tied at 7, early stages, 2nd quarter from Logan, Utah. College basketball fans, what better way to spend the Christmas holiday than in Honolulu? Don't miss out on the action. 8 men's basketball teams, Clemson, Hawaii, K-State, Xavier, and more, face off in the 3rd annual Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic, December 22nd, 23rd, and 25th. For tickets and travel, Hawaiian Airlines DiamondHeadClassic.com. Log on today. Some good basketball teams there. Frank Martin in Kansas State. Xavier's always been a big player on the national stage. Basketball season is here. 2nd quarter, Utah State on the move with Turbin as Keaton finds him out of the backfield. So dangerous receiving the ball. That goes for 5 yards.
I like the play call in that situation. You got to get the ball to your top player on offense, in my opinion, Robert Turbin. He needs to touch it at least 25 to 30 times a game.
There's a couple catches now. Had the big 32-yard catch on their scoring drive. 2nd and 5. Total numbers pretty close in terms of yardage. And there's a slip screen in the hands of Travis Van Leeuwen, and he's close to a 1st down. A Utah product from Provo, their tallest target at 6'3".
And that's one of those just extended run plays. Just get the ball out, bubble screens, and allow the receivers to block for their fellow mate and see if they can get a conversion from 1st down.
Just his 6th catch of the season. The Aggies trying to take advantage of a big sack on 4th down. Wagner getting to Nick Isham, and a short field to work with now from the 45. There's a tight end, Tialavea. And DJ is hammered. He loses his helmet as Adrian Cole put the big hit on him. It goes for 9 yards.
Boy, somebody told these guys, get ready. We coming to bring it to fire. Drops back, Chucky just gets it out. DJ gets the ball in his hands. Watch out when he cut back in. Look at that, just pop right there. These kids are coming to play, leading into it.
Chad Boyd got a piece of him as well. Boyd and Cole double teaming him. 9-yard pickup though. 2nd and 1. Tialavea's 5th catch from his tight end position. Keaton gonna keep it, and he has a 1st down as he moves forward to the 33-yard line. Chucky makes very wise decisions as a freshman in the option game.
And you just saw it right there. He saw the situation. Most kids would have got rid of it, causing a turnover most likely. He understood it wasn't there. Tuck it away, get what you can, and go on for the next play.
Look at the numbers there on the ground. Dave Baldwin, the offensive coordinator, says he's the brightest young quarterback I've ever coached. He's coached guys like Jeff Smoker, Drew Stanton at Michigan State. Here's a handoff to Smith running left. Breaks a couple tackles and a hard run by Michael Smith down to the 26-yard line. Smith is undersized at 5'9", but tough to bring down.
This is what you're talking about when Coach Anderson says being a tough football team. Look at what he does. Gets the ball, it's going to see the contact. Let's do this. And he puts it down, breaks it through. You got to wrap these guys up. Otherwise, they're going to take it the distance.
Here's a direct snap now to Kerwin Williams, and the speedster has room to the edge. And he's run out of bounds at the 14-yard line. It's not just Keaton dictating things. They'll go directly to the running back from time to time.
And this is what you have to do. Again, just another direct snap, running the ball, your strength of your team. Utilize it the best of your knowledge. This is why there's 0 interceptions by Chucky Keaton, when you can run the ball this effectively, but we saw injury here at the end.
Adrian Cole, a guy they can ill afford to lose, a guy that leads them in tackles, projects as a 3-time all-WAC selection, and really the heart and soul of this D. He has led them, has been more of a leader this year, and they need him back out on the football field.
And it kind of helps this defense out a little bit in the situation where it slows it down. Everybody can catch their breath, figure out what's going on. D coordinator make a couple quick changes, Tommy Spangler, and see if they can stop this running attack right now.
Cole will come out here. First down, Aggies at the 14. Option, reverse, into the hands of Stanley Morrison. He has a blocker in front. And Morrison down to the 6-yard line. Again, the misdirection, coming up with different ways, different looks. They went direct snap, and now they go end around, and that's effective. Morrison
using his ability. You're going to see Javante right here. He comes in, the scrape right there. He's able to get Ian Colley in a position where he can get around him. He gets the positive yards. But this is what you got to have. You got to have guys making plays when both teams are playing such sound defense.
8-yard pickup from Morrison. That's the 7th time he's carried the ball from his wide receiver position. Now they'll send Williams in motion. Handoff, Williams has a seam, has the end zone. Touchdown, Utah State.
This is what I'm talking about when you talk about teams that can run the ball effectively up north and south. It stretches the defense now. Now the defense is trying to cover you from running up the gaps and running sideline to sideline. But you're going to see right here, just a simple sweep that they ran earlier in the first quarter. Finds the seam, and he's able to get it to the end zone for a score.
They're going to wipe this off here. A chop block behind the play and take it off the board. A big blow for this offense. It was moving the ball so well.
Right there at the end, he throws a hand out there. You can't do that when you're down. They're seeing that he reached out and pulled the guy down, and that's probably the flag that we saw.
So they back him up now. A 15-yard penalty back to the 22. 2nd and 17 from there. Keaton setting up the screen, and that's going nowhere. 4 Bulldogs in the area. There's another flag as well. IKNM Colley on the play.
To have such good drives and to have it backed up with 2 penalties, that's very frustrating.
Illegal formation against the offense. Number 11, 5 men on the line. That penalty is declined.
They'll take the result of the play, which was a loss, back to the 26-yard line. So 3rd down now, and they need to get the football to the 4. 3rd and 22 for the Aggies, who appeared to have taken the lead on that Williams run. Turbin in motion now. Keaton over the middle, and it's incomplete in the area. Tialavea, closest to the football that was Chad Boyd, and now they'll have to bring their kicking team out there.
Yeah, they thought that they should have pass interference on that, but that wasn't even within the area. Receiver never had a chance. And you'll see as he throws it there, Tialavea isn't even close. They're not going to get a penalty on that kind of call.
Well, the Aggies are going to count on Josh Thompson now to try to give them the lead. The sophomore from Logan, Utah, 4 of 6 on the year. His long is 41. This will be a season long from 43, and the kick is good. So Thompson puts Utah State in front. That's the silver lining. They appeared, though, to have taken the lead on a touchdown, wiped away by a penalty. Thompson, the local product, has a home team in the lead. Kerwin Williams thought he had a touchdown here, but wiped away by penalty.
Yeah, and you're going to see, basically, this is a stretch play they run, and he's just trying to find a seam. Go ahead and run it. And you'll see as he's doing it, he gets the ball, but you're going to see right there, he reaches out for him, and that's what they called, was because he reached out, tackled the guy down. It was better if he didn't reach for him, go ahead and get that tackle, that would have been maybe for a loss, but instead of getting 15 yards, you only lost 2 yards.
Right.
See? So that cost them 7 possible points because of that.
So they get the Josh Thompson field goal instead. And sometimes Gary Anderson says it's one play that is keeping us from taking that next step as a program. You could say that about Louisiana Tech as well. These teams have had so many heartbreaks this year. For Utah State, losses in 3 one-score games. Tech, 4 games decided on 1 possession. And we'll see if that ends up being the difference. Right now, a 3-point lead for the Aggies. Big kickoff from Howder, and a touchback as Liggins goes to the knee. Close game losses, and it's almost become comical. I'm sure not for the fans of these two programs, but Utah State, the onside kick ended up being the difference in a loss at Auburn. Double overtime loss to Colorado State. 11 seconds to go, they lose to BYU. Tech, same story. They had a 34-7 lead against Houston.
And that to me is that these 2 games, those 2 are huge in the way in which they lost, because to have such dominance, to have that game in hand, and to have it snatched away from you at the very end can be heartbreaking for a season.
Sonny Dykes says the WAC suffers from a perception standpoint. There's a tremendous amount of parity in this league, and it's been tough in non-conference play. Here's an end around into the hands of Quentin Pettin, and he's shut down at the line of scrimmage. That misdirection didn't fool anybody. Kyle Gallagher there on the tackle.
The way you stop plays like that is assignment driven. As a defense, you have to stay on assignment. You're going to see Maurice Alexander, the outside linebacker, hold his position, not allowing him to get outside. And what does that do? It allows the pursuit to get there, and they get that tackle.
Yeah, Alexander should get as much credit as Gallagher on that play. 2nd and 10. Throw to Career out of the backfield. Reverses the field. Has some room. And Career puts his head down and is close to a first down at the 29. Talk about making something out of nothing. McMillan on the tackle.
And McCain Brady does the same thing by helping out. They lose containment. Greer does a good job cutting back. Right here, Brady comes in the last second. Turn them into your friends, they say as a defensive player. Turn them into your friends.
And now we have whistles here with 3rd and 2 coming up. Bulldogs are going to call a timeout and talk this one over with 6:47 on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. We'll take a break. 10-7, Sonny Dykes' team getting off to a good start with a scoring drive, but 10 straight from the Aggies, facing a big 3rd down when we come back. A big moment in the history of Utah State athletics, the unveiling of the Merlin Olsen statue, the greatest Aggie, NFL Hall of Famer, arguably the greatest defensive tackle of all time, part of the fearsome foursome with the Rams, passed away in March. And a guy that has number 71, his brother Phil, played at Utah State as well, and Merlin Olsen Field. That's where we are right now for a key WAC matchup. 3rd and 2 after the timeout for the Bulldogs. Chip Hester is in as a blocking back in front of Creer, who gets the handoff, and Creer is close to the first down. And he appears to have it across the 30-yard line. They had a linebacker lined up as a fullback, Chip Hester, a guy we have not seen this year on the field on offense.
Well, and I like the timeout because your defense was just out there for 10 snaps. You need to make sure that they got the first down. Put them out there, let them get the extra block. And because you run the offense you don't really have tight ends.
Talk about a lot of different personnel. They rotate a lot of people in there. Creer gets a breather now. Hunter Lee is back in, the true freshman. Handoff to Lee, hit in the backfield, drives forward and makes a positive gain out of what could have been a negative one. They like Lee, who just carried the football. One of the strongest players on the team, no college offers. There he is from Flower Mound, Texas, a walk-on kid, north-south runner.
And you can see power and strength just to break through that. Big play by the freshman. That could have been a loss on first down.
He had a breakout game, 135 yards on the ground 2 weeks ago in their win at Idaho. 2nd and 7. Incomplete. That was intended for Lee. Dangerous pass there as McMillan thought he had a chance at an interception.
Well, if you look at the young freshman, he was dancing backwards, didn't set his feet when he threw the ball. And if you're falling backwards throwing the ball, those type of things can happen. We saw that when they played Hawaii 3 weeks ago. He threw a ball just like that, got taken to the house.
Yeah, he was picked off a couple times in that Hawaii game. They loved the fact they took care of the ball at Idaho in their 24-11 win. Third down numbers. 3rd and 7. Evades the pressure. And that's almost picked off. That was Will Davis. He had it in his hands.
Defense doing a solid job, not giving him anybody to throw the ball to. The young freshman dances in the pocket. Now nothing there, gets out of the pocket. Very difficult throw. You cannot throw across your body in that manner. You got to be smarter. Just throw it away. Get off the field. Very fortunate they get an interception there because that could have been taken to the house.
Oh, the junior from Spokane, Washington had one, and he let it get away. Ryan Allen to punt it to Kerwin Williams. He's standing back at his 22. Under 6 minutes, plenty of time for the Aggies to mount a scoring drive here. Williams is going to call for a fair catch, and he makes it at the 26-yard line. 10-7, and you've got to credit that Utah State defense now after that initial drive. They've been very good.
Well, when you have an offense like they do that can eat up the clock, it allows you to be fresh so that when you come back out on the field, you're able to make some plays on defense. And that's what they did there. They gave up the first down, but then they forced another 3 and out.
Look at this. They haven't really done a lot in terms of making plays on defense. Just the one pick by Wagner. How about that for leading the nation and last in the nation, offense and defense?
That is something, but that's also why they've been in so many games, because this offense can do that. And defensively, even though they don't have the turnovers, they're not giving up all the points.
Very odd stat. Here's Keaton on the keeper on the option. And Chucky Keaton out to the 34-yard line. 8 yards on that carry. Chad Boyd on the tackle. He is a very effective runner. Has 3 rushing touchdowns this year.
Well, and that just is just another level to the offense. It allows them to do so many other things because he can run with his legs. But it also makes defenses have to play you honest, because Tommy Spangler knows this quarterback can throw and run, not just throw.
2nd and 2 from the 29. They'll go double tight ends on the right side. Tialavea and Lloyd lined up there. Play fake. Keaton in trouble. And he throws it away, and I don't think there's anybody in the area. That could be a flag, and I don't see one on the field. He was lucky to get rid of that football. Pressure up the middle.
They want a flag, but I'm wondering he got out of the pocket there. Oh, there it goes.
Well, that is a late flag. There was no Aggie in the area as Rufus Porter was coming after him.
Intentional grounding, offense number 16. Ball did not cross the line of scrimmage. 3rd down at the spot of the throw.
So that's the hard part. He did get out of the, well, no, see, he didn't, yeah, right there, it looks like he got out of the pocket, but the ball does have to pass the line of scrimmage, and if it doesn't, you will get that intentional grounding. Great pressure by La Tech, not allowing him to get outside.
Rufus Porter, the sophomore from Destrehan, Louisiana. Now, a dangerous 3rd and 40 situation, and they just like a little breathing room for the punt team at the very least here. Hand off to Turbin. And they'll play it safe and run it up to the 18-yard line with time ticking near the 4-minute mark.
Well, this is the crux that Coach Anderson had talked about. The fact that you got this young team and they make mistakes like this, and he's trying to teach them to understand, hey, we cannot afford to make major mistakes. That's what's hurting this young team, these major penalties.
Tyler Bennett, 2nd in the WAC in punt average at over 46 per kick, end over end kick. Guillotte makes a catch at the 42. Makes a man miss. Guillotte up the middle. A nice return to the midfield stripe, and Tech will be in business. But hold on, there's a penalty flag back where the ball was received.
That's usually somewhere close to the blocking or holding reasons. Usually when that happens, right back by the receiver when he gets the ball.
On the return team, illegal block in the back. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, these are the top two teams in terms of penalty yardage in the WAC. Here it is.
Right there, you can see right there is where that happened. Pushed him, you can see him flying down. They'll call that every time and twice on Sundays. You got to make sure if he's by you, let him go by.
And that's right in front of the guys in the striped shirts. Here's a look at the penalty yardage. These teams have really been hit hard by the penalty this season. 44 coming in for the Bulldogs, 43 for Tech. In terms of numbers of penalties, they'll hand it off to Creer on first down, and Creer continues to have big gains in the rush department, 9 yards to the 40-yard line, and he already has a touchdown on the ground.
Well, that formation, they're just setting him up, giving him bodies to block for him. I'm surprised Utah State hasn't picked up on that yet.
Second and a yard. 2 timeouts remaining for the Bulldogs. Isham taking his time. Fakes to Creer, looks downfield, pressured and sacked at the 35-yard line, and that is Maurice Alexander, his 3rd sack of the season.
Maurice Alexander's having himself a great day. He's been fundamentally sound, and what does he do in this situation? Beats Creer and gets the sack. That's what you want. You practice that in early camp, one-on-one blocking. You got to beat the guy in front of you, and that's what he did.
They are so effective rushing the quarterback. There's a look at the junior from St. Louis, a Arizona Western junior college product. Gives him a lot of speed on the edge. They'll rotate a fresh group of guys in there here on 3rd down. Coming with the blitz again. Isham, a wobbling pass, and it is dropped, almost intercepted. That's a couple they could have had. Brady that time had a chance at it.
Right now, Isham is getting a bit flustered. This defense, and Wagner's getting to him. He was waiting for a route to develop, and it didn't develop. The guy was doing a corner route right there, and because he didn't get there, Isham was expecting it. He just threw it up there. You got to be smarter than that as a quarterback. You can't just toss it up there and expect your guy to always be there. That's an interception Brady should have had.
Now, we talked about how they only have 1 pick. That was by Wagner. Maybe there's a reason why. They cannot haul in what seemingly are easy interceptions. Here's Allen hanging one up there. Williams fumbles it at the 8. It's loose. Tries to pick it up, and it's loose at the 1. And I think Utah State still has it as Hill saves the day. That was a mistake twice by Williams, first bobbling it and then trying to pick it up and run with it.
Well, here's the first rule of thumb. If you got to back up like that inside the 10, you got to let it go. And then in that kind of situation, get down on the ball. Don't try to scoop it up. But you can see right there, as you're backing up, you're inside the 10 as a punt return to your toe. If it goes over your head on the 10-yard line, let it go. Hopefully it goes in the end zone.
Joe Hill, a redshirt freshman, saving Kerwin Williams right there with the recovery, and now with 2:13 to go, playing from near their own goal line. Turbin straight ahead, and he gets a couple yards out to the 3.
I was going to say, Trey, they just set themselves up for a hard situation. With such time left with this offense, the way La Tech's been going, you don't want to give them a short field again going into the half, knowing that they're going to get the ball first in the second half.
Now the Bulldogs have 2 timeouts. They opt to hold them here with a 2nd and 9 facing Utah State. Keaton to throw it. He has a man. It's Matt Austin for a first down. That's a big conversion for the Aggies out to the 16-yard line. Austin, their top target, the junior. And now they have a chance to run this clock out here and not give Tech the football.
What about the confidence of a young freshman quarterback to step back in that situation and throw that kind of pass knowing as safety as possible?
You're in the 1-minute mark. A couple long drives and a field goal by the Aggies in the second quarter. A little shuttle pass. Goes for short yardage into the hands of Robert Turbin.
That's a very touchy play right there. You got to be careful. That's something that could have been an incident where he had the first interception, but you got to be smart here. If you don't want it pressed it, just hand the ball off to Turbin, just run the ball, let the clock eat down, get out of here with the 3-point lead right now.
It appears the Bulldogs now content. They will not stop the clock. Both teams going to play conservative here. Keaton going to keep it on the option. He'll run out of bounds at the 20, and that sets up a third down. Now the Bulldogs may want to rethink things.
Well, especially if they stop him here, being that they have 2 timeouts. No, in college, the clock always stops after a first down. So knowing that, if you can somehow get a stop here, you call a timeout, you force a punt, you're going to have opportunity maybe to get in field goal position.
Well, 3rd and 6 now. Tech still has 2 timeouts to work with. The Aggies 3 of 7 on 3rd down. Keaton's going to keep it, and he's going to be dropped for a loss by Colley back at the 10. And now the Bulldogs be wise to take a timeout, and they do. So they have 1 remaining. They're going to force a punt here from near the Utah State goal line, and that was a costly run out of bounds by Keaton.
It definitely was costly. The young kid does great things, and then he does things to show you that he's still a freshman. And you see Colley, these are the plays that you need as Law Tech is on the road trying to get a win. Chucky, it was a design draw, nothing there. He stayed with it. Defense was sound in their assignments, forcing this kind of situation. And so now we're going to see if this offense can make plays.
Well, both front defensive lines have done a nice job rushing the quarterback. 5 sacks combined. And they're 2 of the better defenses in the WAC at getting after the quarterback.
And because they know what they need to do. They understand the teams that they're playing against, what that quarterback's strengths and weaknesses are, and they play up to it. And so what you have to see is offensive coordinators, they have to get a little bit more creative to help their young guys out sometimes to eliminate some of these sacks by chipping, by getting the ball out quickly, bootlegs, and some of the stuff we saw in the first quarter.
So Tyler Bennett will punt it from his own end zone with 30 seconds to play. Guillat awaiting the punt, and it's a booming kick by Bennett. Kicks it over the head of Guillat and out of bounds. You can't place that one much better than that. Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Bennett with a beauty to get the Aggies out of some trouble there.
Well, let's see here. You got 25 seconds. You want to get yourself, you need about 25 to 30 yards to see if you can attempt a field goal. And this offense definitely has the capability of getting it done, but this Utah State defense has done a great job in stifling them from not getting any big plays.
49-yard punt. Isham has a timeout to work with here and 25 seconds. The guy to watch is top of the screen there, Quentin Patton. He's the big play guy.
I'd love to see a middle screen or something right now where the defense wouldn't be expecting it right now.
Play a game offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Tony Franklin has to do a better job, and Coach Dykes of getting that play in. You're coming off of a punt. You should already know the first play you're going to run, if not the first 2 plays.
Again, penalties biting Sonny Dykes' team. 1st and 15 now. Again, Patton lined up to the right. Draw into the hands of Hunter Lee. That didn't fool anybody. Couple of yards. Quinn Garner on the tackle. And they have 1 timeout to work with here. And it appears they're not going to use it.
In this situation, I wouldn't run any of the play. Just go on and take it to the sideline. You don't want to make any errors. You're down by 3. You get the ball first. Just be smart. Go in and make some halftime adjustments.
So Utah State will take a 10-7 lead into the locker room. The guys we talked about leading into this broadcast, the 2 true freshman quarterbacks. And Isham and Keaton, they've done one thing very well. They've taken care of the football.
And that's the big thing. You've seen 0 interceptions by both of these quarterbacks, although Isham could have had 2 balls taken care of the last series. But this is what both coaches want. They want them to protect the ball, allow their defenses to play sound, keep the game close, try to win it in the 4th quarter.
Well, Chucky, 9 of 11, not known for his passing prowess, has been effective running the option. And, of course, Turbin, the focal point for Gary Anderson and this Utah State team. They have the lead at halftime. It could be a bigger lead, but they do have a 3-point lead.
I think they need to go back and think about a couple things. One of the big things is get back to the running game.
Coach Gary Anderson on the field at halftime, enjoying a 10-7 Utah State lead. An important game in the Western Athletic Conference in a wide open race. 2 long drives in the early going. Aggies at a field goal, and they have the advantage. Halftime coming up.
Negative plays, too many penalties. Just got to execute better in the second half offensively. Okay, appreciate it.
As simple as that. Coach Dykes had to be pleased with that initial drive, getting him on the scoreboard. 10 plays, 87 yards, and the career touchdown. But they've been quiet since that point.
That's the way you want to start the game on the road, but we see why they've had struggles on the road. By moving the ball the way they did, having field position but not being able to get points, they have to play a lot better offensively. This defense is doing everything they can to keep them in the game.
Coach Anderson has been so close this year. Instead of being 2-4, they could have had wins against high-profile programs, came up short. Had a chance at Fresno State up 21-14, ended up losing 31-21. Chance to finish strong here at home. Jacob Howder to kick it away, and we're underway in the third quarter. It's bobbled by Levander Liggins. Now he takes it up the middle and tackled at the 22 as a penalty flag comes in after the play. And it was the judge in the middle of the field. We'll sort this one out.
Holding on the return team, number 29. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Kendall Hayes, redshirt freshman from Lancaster, Texas, the guilty party, and the Bulldogs will start this series from the 13-yard line. What do they need to do, Jay, to get back into a rhythm after that initial drive in this game?
I would start the way you start the first half. I'd like to see on this first play, come out in that set that's giving Utah fits and problems and run the ball a little bit. Get the ball to Career, let him start to create some seams. That'll open up your passing game.
We'll go with that 3-back alignment. We saw this on several occasions in the first half. Handoff to Career. Trying to pick his way forward, and he gets 3 yards up to the 16-yard line. Boje Fili-Moyatu, the junior from West Valley City, on the tackle.
Good for first play to pick. Give yourself a couple yards here. You had a penalty that's just messed up a decent return. Get your quarterback back in pace. Be simple. I like bubble screen or draw right now.
The true freshman, nothing fancy in the first half. Didn't turn it over. Throws to the sideline. Catch made by Quentin Patton. That's good enough for a first down up to the 24-yard line. And there's a guy they'd love to get involved. Patton coming in, 46 catches, 14 yards per grab.
Well, you see right here, just makes you stretch the play out. Simple little bootleg. Get him outside the pocket a little bit so you can throw the ball, get it out.
3 catches now for Patton. Handoff to Hunter Lee, running left, nothing doing. Lee has not gotten on track in the rush department. Maurice Alexander was in there, and also Fili-Moyatu with the second tackle.
Well, this defense, the reason they switched to the 3-4 is the linebackers they have. And you see it right there, the plays they're making. They're able to make a lot of plays. You got to get your playmakers out there, and this defense is doing a good job stopping this running game.
3 receivers right, just underway, third quarter from Logan, Utah. Lee again. Maybe a yard to the 25. You know, it has not been easy sledding Wagner on that tackle for either team between the tackles. It's physical in there.
It's physical, it's tough, and when you look at these guys, you talked about Boje and Quint Garner, and they're making it tough on both sides of the ball to move it inside from tackle to tackle.
3rd and 9 now. This is where that Utah State defense can be dangerous. Changing the play. Here comes the pressure. Isham. And it's incomplete. Even if Grew makes that catch, he's well short of the first down, and that's where that defense really puts the pressure on the QB to try and make a play.
They like to dial up a lot of man-to-man, and they were man-to-man, put a little pressure, a little 5-man stunt. Pressure comes in, DB understands the ball has to get out quickly, stays close, and Grew just cannot pull it in. But that's the hot read because the blitz is coming. The young freshman quarterback did a good job changing plays, getting that protected.
Jamani Robertson on that coverage. Allen now to punt it away from his 15 for Louisiana Tech. A booming kick in a high altitude. Fair catch called by Morrison. He'll let it hit at the 20. And this is going to be a big-time punt that will finally be down and inside the 9-yard line. Ryan Allen has a 14 kicks over 50 yards, a long of 72 this year, and that one pinned at the 9. That goes 66 yards of beauty. Morrison
messes up on that situation too. He misjudges. That's the second one he's misjudged, but he does a smart reason by getting away from it. But you got to love the roll and bounce right there. Get that self inside the 10. You're looking at the best punter in the WAC right there, Ryan Allen. He has done it week after week. First down at the 9 for Utah State. Counter, Turbin breaks a tackle, and Turbin close to a first down, appears to have it. He does to the 20-yard line. That's how you want to start. You're effective running the ball. You run to set up the pass, and when you got Turbin, you got to get him the ball. This is why. Didn't have a huge first half, but he's one of those backs that gets better as the game wears on. And heading maybe for another century mark type performance. He'll run it here for maybe a yard to the 21, and that's it. That was clogged up by Justin Jellybean Ellis, 340-pound sophomore, number 70 in the middle. You can see him right there in the middle of the screen. He's down from 370 to 340. That's a lot of beef right there, boy. That's a lot of beef. That's one way to clog up a hole. 2nd and 9. Moats picked up, taken away by Terry Carter, and that's a pick 6 for Louisiana Tech. Terry Carter takes it back, and he just took it away from the receiver. He took it away from the receiver. Terry Lloyd right there didn't expect somebody coming over his shoulder so quickly. Too bad that this has to be counted as a first interception. He just comes over the top, rips it out of his hand. Never knew he was there at all. At all. That was just a nice break on the ball. Taking that ball from Brad. Getting in the end zone. Yeah, it was for Moats. It appeared Moats had it, and Carter just physically won that battle. So a big turnover and touchdown. Nelson's extra point gives Louisiana Tech the lead, 14-10. How about the 5th-year senior from West Monroe, Louisiana? That's the kind of play you got to have on the road. Offense just got out there, basically didn't move the ball at all. Defense comes out, does what they need to do, gets a turnover on the road that turned into points. His first pick of the season, a 5th-year senior, already has his degree, and he has been a big playmaker all year long. And the first interception thrown by Utah State, and talk about a bad way to finally get picked off. A pick 6 for Chucky Keaton, and now they join the rest of that crew that have taken care of the football in the passing game. Right, and you know, Eric Moats right there in that kind of situation. I thought it was a tight end, Terry Lloyd there, but Eric Moats is sit up there. He didn't realize how close the DB was. Terry Carter, Terry just comes on the shoulder. Sad thing for Chucky to get his first interception that way. Well, and you know, the ball was delivered into the receiver's hand. You've seen that as a DB, where sometimes you don't have it initially, but you win the battle. Right. And Eric Moats had no idea the guy was behind him. The fact that Carter had the presence to come in there and strip it was huge. Kickoff by Nelson, fielded by Williams. He's a blazer out of the end zone, and he's tackled in the open field by Javante Crowe. Knocks him down at the 12-yard line. Javante Crowe, look at this as he comes in. Blows it up. You got to get a hat on the hat right there. The missed block by Chris Harris. Should have turned. He didn't. That caused the tackle. All right, how does Chucky Keaton respond from his first interception as a collegian? We'll start this series from the 13. Toss pitch into the hands of Turbin. Turbin turns the corner and he's loose. Turbin finally bumped out of bounds by DeMarcion Evans at the 45-yard line. And the Aggies' clear-cut leader puts it on his shoulders. Look at this run. Simple toss. You see why this guy's so spectacular. Vision. Burst when he needs to burst. Getting down the field. Gets the big play.
Put it in the hands of your playmaker, and Turbin rips off a huge run to the 45-yard line, 32 yards on that carry, and now he is threatening that 100-yard rushing mark again. Smith for a yard, and that's about it to the 46. They needed something positive to happen after a pick six, which really can be a momentum changer.
And I love what they just did, these two plays. Let's run the ball. It's okay. We're only down by a point. It's not that big of a deal. Let's just move the ball down and do what we need to do.
2nd and 9. This time an empty backfield for Keaton and company. Short drop. Jacobs in the flat. Chuck Jacobs has a first down. And he's to the Bulldogs' 42-yard line. The junior from Richmond, California. Angular, long guy, and long legs in the open field.
Dave Baldwin does a good job on this play call, allowing the quarterback just to do a little simple flare. Get that ball out to the playmaker's hands and let him do the rest.
Big run by Turbin, and now Keaton with some confidence in the passing game. He'll get it into the hands of Williams this time, running to the left side. And again, it's tough between the tackles. He gets maybe 3 yards inside the 40.
I'm liking this drive right now. They're doing all the right things, running the ball, calling the right pass plays, doing a little no huddle right now. They got this La Tech defense on its heels, panicking a little bit, seeing if they get points off this.
Williams stays in at the running back spot on 2nd and 7. Sideline again into the hands of Morrison for a short gain. The 37. It'll set up a 3rd and 5 from there as they're nearing that red zone. And they'll change personnel here.
I'd love to see in this kind of situation, go no back, spread it out, and do a little Chucky quarterback sneak up the middle. That hole, there's a hole there right now.
3rd and 5, again an empty backfield. 5 receivers this time. Keaton delivers a strike, and that's the first down grab. And the Aggies will move the change, and that's Travis Van Leeuwen again. He's had a couple big catches in this one.
You think this quarterback has ice in his veins right now? He's looking at this first interception. He comes back. He's had 2 great throws. He zips it right in there, fits it between 2 La Tech defenders. Van Leeuwen doing a good job putting that ball away, helping the young quarterback.
A lot of quick drops by the freshman from Houston, Texas. It's been very effective. First down from the 31 now. Trying to answer the Bulldogs score. Turbin. Helmet-to-helmet collision, but he keeps driving down to the 27-yard line. Chad Boyd and Turbin met in the hole that time. You could hear it from up here.
And when you look at Turbin, this guy, he loves the contact, and anybody wants to do it, like, hey, let's have some fun. And him and Dudley said, all right, let's meet in the middle.
Dudley and Boyd have been very active in that back 7 for Louisiana Tech. 2nd and 6 now. Straight ahead, Smith. And he churns out a couple yards to the 24, and now a very manageable 3rd down situation. 3rd and 3 coming up.
That's what this offense can do. They can wear a defense out. They keep running the ball. And then just when you think they're going to run the ball, they throw a little bubble screen. They throw a little play action in there to loosen you up. And right now, they bring in the big boys and put some force on you. Look at this conversion. They've been struggling. Normally, they're 51%. La Tech's doing a good job keeping them under today.
3rd and 3 from the 24, now penalty flag. And that has been what has hurt this team in key situations throughout the year.
Illegal snap. Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Oh, that's a tough one for Gary Anderson's team. That's a guy he's really high on, Tyler Larson, first-team all-conference candidate, and that is now 3, but they've come at very inopportune times for the Aggies. Now you're in more of a passing situation, 3rd and 8. Showing blitz. Keaton steps away from pressure. He has room to roam. Keaton has a first down. Keaton to the 5, to the end zone for the Aggies.
Chucky Keaton getting it done. The blitz was coming. He saw the blitz. The throw wasn't there. He does a good job of tucking the ball away, using those legs and his ability Watch as the pressure comes. He feels it. He steps in. And nobody's there. He knows it's a blitz. So he goes and he runs the open field. But unlike other quarterbacks that may slide, he's going for that end zone. Poor attempt by Evans there to try to make that tackle. Good score for a touchdown.
His longest run as an Aggie, a touchdown run of 29 yards, and the Bulldogs had the lead, and now they're behind again. 7:41 to go third quarter, 17-14. Utah State, the true freshman, gives them the lead. Utah State to take the lead here midway through the third quarter, answering the Louisiana Tech pick six with this scoring drive. 9 plays and 87 yards. Keaton capping it off. They mix the run and the pass effectively.
Oh, balance. 5 run plays, 4 pass plays, and the quarterback getting it done in the end, not fretting about throwing that interception. And I love the numbers. That INT really wasn't him. He didn't throw it to the guy. The guy took it from the receiver. But that's how you want to start out. Come back out, do what you need to do, put the points on the board. I guarantee you he hasn't thought about that interception anymore.
Coach Anderson loves the kid. He said, I knew it when I went into his living room that he's a guy that we really can put all our eggs into his basket. They thought it would be Adam Kennedy and Keaton splitting snaps. Keaton won the job and really was so impressive in the almost victory at Auburn to open up the year. Howder to kick it away. Liggins from the 3. Gets a big block from Patton. Levander Liggins across the 35. And finally tackled by Joe Hill at the 36-yard line. Quentin Patton delivered a big lead block on that return.
That's what you got to have off a score. Liggins doing all he can on special teams. Very crucial part of the game when you're on the road, having struggles winning in certain places, just like La Tech does here at Utah State. Good return. Start your offense out in a positive position.
Jay, we talked about the importance of this game. Both teams trying to get over the hump, get a solid conference win, set the table for maybe a run to the postseason later in the year. And it's hanging in the balance right now. Isham's going to keep it on the quarterback draw, and he has a first down, 11 yards on the pickup from the freshman.
I like the play call. Utilize the fact that they're going to go with the running back, let that seam open up. Offensive line does a good job giving a crease. Quarterback does the rest.
And a quick snap and a pass to Caro on the sideline, and that didn't fool the Aggies as Lawson shut that down after a 2-yard pickup.
They're trying to get back to fast pace. Defense does a good job, though, to limit that just to a couple yards.
Tech has had some struggles on the road in the past, but they've done a nice job in WAC play, looking for the 4th straight WAC road victory. But you can see the struggles away from Ruston, Louisiana. Can they get it done here? Isham incomplete as he tried to find Miles White on the far sideline.
That little bootleg, that little waggle. They try to get Isham on the outside because of his height to give him an advantage so he can see. But you can see right here today, I'm struggling a little bit. The way he's throwing that ball around, attribute that to this Utah State defense putting pressure on him.
3rd and 7. Aggies backing off on the blitz here as Isham looks for the play call. Alston, the nickelback, showing blitz. Now he backs off. Isham a play fake. Pump fake. Deflected and almost intercepted. Jamani Robertson almost had a pick as that one was in his mitts. He intended for the Tech receiver, but right at the Aggie.
You're seeing Isham right here. He takes too long. He gets a pump, and you're throwing away. Now, see how he fell back there, ladies and gentlemen? As he's leaning backwards, he's not stepping into that throw, but he never saw Jamani Robertson's cut in front on that. There's 2 plays right now. The Utah State have 2 interceptions to help bump up that stat so they're not last in the nation.
You could argue 3, but 2 clearly, as that was intended for DJ St. Julian, a guy they've not used at receiver this season, as Allen will punt it away, hangs it up there, and the catch, fair catch made by Stanley Morrison. We're seeing a lot of different personnel groups from both sides. They're looking for every little edge that they can find in this type matchup.
And that's what you have to do in this type of situation. When you want to win, you have to win at all costs.
6:34 to go in the 3rd. 17-14 Aggies. The fans enjoying the sunshine here in the Cache Valley. WAC football fans, the Sheridan Hawaii Bowl celebrating its 10th anniversary. Catch all the action at Aloha Stadium Saturday, December 24th in Honolulu. For tickets and travel, visit SheridanHawaiiBowl.com. Will the Hawaii Warriors be part of that celebration? Utah State hoping for a postseason run, but they've got to get a victory here if they want to play in that coveted bowl game. They'll start this series from the 12-yard line. Turman, 3 yards to the 15. I'll tell you what, the tackles for Tech have really bottled things up. It's not been easy in the middle.
Well, and that's part of this running game is they will bottle it up. They will stop it, but can they stop it for 4 quarters? And that's when Turban gets stronger. In that 4th quarter, you start feeding him the pill. He does a lot more work with it.
That's Longino, you saw there, big 275-pounder, 2nd down, 7. And that is that an incomplete pass? It is. Sometimes that is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. Jacobs couldn't hang on.
That was a change of play at the line. You can see Robert Turban's kind of upset about it. Something happened, but you're looking at this ball when it's thrown. It's straight sideways. It could. It looks a little backwards. That does look a little backwards from this angle.
They call it an incomplete pass, so it's 3rd and 7. Split backs this time. Williams and Smith. Williams trying to stretch it to the outside. He's not going to get to the first down. Out of bounds to 17. Kendrick James, nice job from his end position. Close it down.
Those are 3 plays that they called that they should be different. You got to call better plays than that. You're going to see right here. As he's got to love that contact sound.
Well, there's been a lot of popping going on. James is an up-and-comer, sophomore from New Orleans. Backing up Broha at that left end. The kick by Bennett is a beauty. Both punters have been sensational. Guillotte from the 35. And he spins his way forward to the 42-yard line. And now some pushing and shoving going on after the play. Needham, the long snapper, was involved in that. How about that? The long snapper, a redshirt freshman from St. George, Utah. First guy down there.
You got to get that hustle in. Hustle plays.
5:16 to go, 3rd quarter. Physical game in Logan. A key game in the WAC race. Aggies by a field goal. 17-14. It's Utah State in front of Louisiana Tech midway through the 3rd quarter. And the only 2 unbeatens left in conference play, Nevada and Fresno State battling. The winner will be the only unbeaten team left in the conference. The winner here, chance to stay in the WAC race as we break down how it looks. As 1 loss only for Tech and Utah State. Wide open race this year in the WAC. Boise State not in the league, and Hawaii has a loss already. Isham throwing on 1st down, wanted Patton. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
That's a very long throw from the far hash to the far sideline. That's almost like throwing a 35-yard pass. You try to do that route.
What's the thinking there? Just stretch the field, give them a different look?
That's all it is, to make the defense think it's so wide that you won't go there, you go there. So they have to play the whole field.
They run to the short side of the field with Creer trying to reverse his field. He's in trouble and he's dropped for a loss. Jake Dowdy, the sophomore from Draper, Utah, with a big play.
Defense staying fundamentally sound. Everybody stayed in their lanes. Unlike last time, Creer had nowhere to go. You're going to see right here, as he goes this way, everybody stayed in their lanes. And because of that, he has nowhere to go except him.
Loss of 9, and now 3rd and 19. This is what the Aggies relish on the defensive side. On the blitz and rush 3. Isham, time to survey and incomplete. He had a man open. Miles White was wide open and he overshoots him.
Terrence Alston, the DB that was closest to him, did the cardinal rule you're not supposed to. When a quarterback scrambles around, you're supposed to stay with your guy. He looked in the backfield, and that's how the receiver got behind him. Too bad Isham missed that wide open guy. You see he gets out of pocket. Wide open, overthrows. Miles White.
Missed opportunity there for the Bulldogs. They've been counting a lot on Ryan Allen to pin the Aggies. See if he can do it again from the 24. He gets the kick away, and end over end boomer. Turn that one over. Morrison from the 16. And he's tackled. Great coverage. Dudley on the play. Right now, Ryan Allen punting the football as well as anybody in the country. I mean, when you see the ball turn over like that, he is on, and he's been one of the big weapons for their team today.
That's one of those kind of guys that I think you will see playing on Sundays, because when you can pin people back, but more importantly, when you watch those kind of punts, he puts enough air on it so the coverage can get there so that his net punt average stays high. 51
yards on that punt. First down from the 16 for the Aggies, again starting inside their 20 for the 4th straight drive. Option game. Keaton keeps it and has a first down. He's dragged down from behind at the 28-yard line, as that was Rufus Porter.
Does the option. Chucky does a good job holding on to the ball, but look at that hustle right there. That's just a good play by defensive end.
Here they go. Quick snap, Turbin, and loses yardage on the play running to the left side. Tech is really throwing a lot of personnel out there. They had Antonio Mitchum, a junior linebacker, on the field. There's a look at Cole, who gets most of the reps at middle linebacker. But you wonder if the altitude's affecting them on both sides of the ball. We've seen numbers out there that weren't projected in the 3 and even 4 deep on their team.
Altitude does make a big difference.
Keaton setting up the screen. Turner, a great catch. And he's tripped up from behind and taken down at the 34-yard line. And that was that Javante Crow? It was. They made the play that time, the nickelback.
Seeing a simple screen here. Everybody saw it was coming, but Turbin does the rest. Just the shoestring tackle right there. He might have got 10 more yards.
3rd and 4 as he empties the backfield again. Keaton can run. Plenty of room. Flag is thrown behind the play. This is probably coming back as he goes out of bounds at the Bulldogs' 44.
Quarterback keeper by Chucky Keaton. There's a flag on the play.
That's one of those situations. Young quarterback hustles, makes a play. And right there, that hold, that pull on the jersey at the last second is what they called.
Okay, and then after the play, watch this. After the play, that is Graffrey, who is their left guard, Jeremy Graffrey, with a big hit after the play.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
And they are not going to call the contact after the run, which they could have called right there.
He said, all I did was just throw a flipper. I was trying to hold him up. But you see it right here as he goes out of bounds. Yeah, that's on purpose there, my son.
Oh, boy, you know, there's no need for that. No need for that. Forearm shiver from Graffrey, big 300-pounder.
You know, in the NFL, that would have been a nice find from the commissioner on Monday.
So they back him up on the penalty behind the play. Did not throw a flag on the hit out of bounds on Keaton. And let's see what the officials are going to let us know here. They're just going to have the one flag, and that's it. And now we have a stoppage in play at the here with 2:34 to go, 3rd quarter. They had to get the ball set correctly, and they do now at the 25-yard line.
I guess they didn't mark off from the point the 10 yards.
3rd and 14 now. But Graffrey really lucky he didn't get a flag thrown on him out of bounds. Keaton now in trouble in the backfield. Now another flag thrown behind the play, and Keaton's going to run for a first down out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Great effort by Chucky Keaton, but this one probably all for naught.
The offensive line is hurting these guys right now. You know the quarterback you have behind, don't hold. He has the ability to escape, to make plays. There's no reason for you to hold.
This is what really killed their hopes at Fresno State. Second half penalties hurt them in the loss of the Bulldogs.
Holding offense number 58. 10-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
So the fans here are highly upset when you see these penalties and they're not getting calls, but you're seeing right here in the middle screen, he's holding on to him as he loses him right there. You have to let go of that jersey. He doesn't do that, and that's why they get the call right there. When he's by you, he's by you. Let him go.
That's Tyler Larson, the sophomore from Salt Lake City. 3rd and 24 now. And again, they're backed up inside their own 20. Draw, Michael Smith. Gets some of the yardage back up to the 22. It at least gives their punter Bennett a little bit more room to operate here. 4th down coming up.
This is part of a young team. You got to understand the situation you're in. You can't make those kind of plays. Tyler Larson's a sophomore. He'll get better, but that's what Coach Anderson is so frustrated with. This youth making mistakes at inopportune times.
Guillotte awaiting the punt from Bennett. End over end. Good kick. Guillotte from the 33. Trying to get to the outside. Good pursuit from Utah State. Flag comes in after the play. And he goes down at the 39-yard line. Larson on the tackle.
That's what you want to do when you have good returners. Make them go east and west. Make it hard to find the seam. But you have to team tackle. People have to stay in their lanes.
Illegal block in the back on the return team. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Well, you can see why they're the top 2 most penalized teams in the WAC. You know, and sometimes you can see, little things like that being costly, and these teams are better than 2 and 4 teams if they can stay penalty free, but it's been the same story week in, week out.
You love the effort, you want the effort, but you have to be smart. If you can't make the play, turn to the next level. Block the next guy down the field.
So we'll start from the 17. The Bulldogs go to work. And a new quarterback is in there. Colby Cameron has come into the game for Nick Isham. So this is a wrinkle. Cameron, his first snap this season at quarterback, in for Isham, who's gone all the way, has taken every snap prior to this moment in the season. Cameron last year played in 3 games, had a start against Texas A&M and against Navy. Familiar with the system, a guy that has seen major college football, rolling right, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit that time from Utah State. That was Bobby Wagner.
You're not getting away from him. You get in his vicinity, he's like fly paper. He's just going to snatch you up, and that's exactly what happened.
And you saw Isham on the sideline. Doesn't appear to be shaken up or anything. That's good news, but really a strange move here by the head coach.
Well, Coach Dykes talked about, he said they're stagnant right now. We got to do better on offense. Defense is keeping us in the game, and so this is probably a spark trying to get this offense going.
Back up last 2 seasons from Newbury Park, California. 3rd and 10. Colby Cameron delivers a strike to Jakari Jackson close to the 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. They need the 27 to move the chains. And it is very close. Final play of this 3rd quarter. And the catch by Jackson is going to be a little bit short. So they have a decision here as we move towards the 4th quarter. 4th down and less than a yard, facing Louisiana Tech, trailing by 3. Colby Cameron in for Nick Isham, trying to light the fire for a stagnant Bulldogs offense. 1 quarter to go in Logan. Facing 4th down at about half of a yard after a catch by Jakari Jackson near the stick. Bulldogs have it at their own 27-yard line. Here's a look at that play. They're looking at the spot of the ball here.
I think they have it right. You see as he comes down, the momentum doesn't go any more forward. I mean, so where he comes down is the spot. He rolls backward about a yard, yard and a half. So I think they had it correct. I mean, he comes down, he doesn't gain any more positive yards than that.
The 1st down marker resting squarely on the 27-yard line, and they have it at the 26.5. And they're not going to take any chances here as they bring the punt team out there. Ryan Allen, the way he's booming it, he's a weapon. Look at that average. His long this year is 72. Enjoying the high altitude here in Logan. And now another penalty flag.
And the high altitude makes a difference. When I played with the Cardinals, we practiced up at the NAU
False
stadium.
start, offense number 47. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
That's Javante Crowe there.
Yep. You know, so we always practice in the high altitude and during camp, and that's 7,000. And it makes a big difference. We would scrimmage other teams, the Raiders and Broncos come in, and Chargers, and people get out of breath with that altitude.
The way he's punting it, 5 yards probably doesn't affect him. Look at this kick away from the 12. Another hammering punt. Just crushes it inside the 20. And this one is going to die at the 13. We're going to tabulate this one. A booming punt from Allen. Again, his season long is 72. Kicked it from his 13. And it is a 66-yarder. He has a couple 66-yarders today.
This guy is phenomenal. The fact that he has both things. He can pin you, but he has the ability to turn the ball over, kick it long, but have the hang time that allows his returners to get back there. A lot of people can kick the ball long, but they can't hang it to allow the coverage time to get down there.
The 72-yarder, the 4th longest in school history. 2 66-yarders today, backing up the Aggies again. Here's Kerwin Williams. Short gain as they run him out of bounds at the 16. 3 yards on that pickup for the speedster. And both defenses playing well. Field position has definitely been in Louisiana Tech's favor. But things have settled down after some fireworks in the first half.
You got to give it to both these defenses. They're playing against two offenses that are they're dynamically different. One with more pass, one more run. But efficient in what they do, and to be shut down the way they've been shut down has been good by both defenses.
Keaton again with 2 running backs by his side. Handoff fake to Kerwin Williams. Keaton's going to keep it. And they read that play well. A yard, and that's about it. Run out of bounds by Jamel Johnson. Walk-on, first-year starters played well at the free safety spot.
I would like to see them stick with hitting it up the middle with Turman a little bit more. You're trying to stretch it out, run into the short field with that option. But this La Tech team is ready for it.
The 6th best rushing offense in FBS as you look at Johnson, who did a nice job stringing that play out. Nobody in the backfield. Keaton looking downfield. Pressure, trying to run for the first down now. Uses the official as a blocker and doesn't get it. He's not going to get there. Stopped at the 18. And now Chucky's shaking up a little bit.
And Chucky had the first down if he just ran straight. I'm kind of confused in regards to that. But when you watch right here, as he scrambles through, if he runs just straight upfield right there at that point, I think he could get the first down and slide for it. But he cuts sideways, and it causes the no gain of the play.
Chad Boyd, 3-year starter, tracking him down. Bennett, kick away from his 8-yard line. Fair catch called for by Liggins, and he almost lost the football. Was it Guillat? It was Guillat that almost coughed it up at the 42-yard line. But they'll have great field position.
Now, and on that play, I know people are thinking like, oh, we could have took it. When you watch this bobble, you have to give him room to catch it when he gives a fair catch. So that's why nobody can reach in there and try to grab that ball right now, because he said fair catch. So that gives him the opportunity to catch the ball without being caught, without being touched. Just good thing that he held on to it. Now, if he would have dropped it on the ground, then they could have went for the ball.
Early 4th quarter, still 17-14 Utah State. Cameron still in at quarterback. Flings it out there for Creer. Makes one man miss across midfield and close to the first down at the 49. Really an interesting move going with Colby Cameron here. His last completion was in a game that we did against Navy last year in Ruston, Louisiana. Played well in that game, 251 yards through the air. Veteran presence giving him a different look. 2nd and a yard now. Here's Creer running to the right. He has a first down. And he's down to the Aggies' 42-yard line. Tackle made by Quentin Bird.
Now, this is probably why you got him in here as well, is the fact that he's a little bit more of a running threat at quarterback than Isham is. And so when you're able to put somebody in there like that, that's going to stretch the defense a little more. They got to be aware of his legs.
Tech has not played well in the 4th quarter, trying to reverse this trend. They have run out of gas in their first 6 games of the year. here. Can they finish strong? Straight ahead. They run it with Hunter Lee down to the 33-yard line. That's Lee's first good carry of the day. They have held him in check, the true freshman.
The Utah State getting all new people out on the field right now, trying to get some fresh legs to slow down this La Tech offense.
7-yard kick up. They'll go to Lee again, and the Flower Mound product inches forward about a yard shy of the first down. Our producer Dave Keeney, a Flower Mound guy, he's talking about this kid right here out of Flower Mound, Texas, who actually led his district in rushing senior year. One of the top 5A running backs, was not recruited. Tech trying to get the running game going. Third and 1. Play action. Cameron up top for Patton. Flag is thrown as Lawson was bumping him inside the 10.
I'm curious at how they're going to call this one. Lawson did not turn around to look for the ball, but I don't know if it was his hands that was pushing off on that one. Looks like Patton was pushing a little bit.
Pass interference defense, number 1. 15-yard penalty. Automatic down.
When you watch this, you can see right there, he did turn his head, but the receiver still had an opportunity to catch the ball. I'm not too sure about that call right there.
Automatic first down for the Bulldogs. They move the football to the 17-yard line now. In range to tie it with a field goal, looking for the go-ahead score with just over 11 minutes to go. 3 running back setup. Cameron rolls and throws into the hands of Maylon Lee, and he's down to the 11. That is a pickup of 6. Second catch of his career. A guy that we had not seen all year coming into this one.
And this is your simple little play-action bootleg right there. Boy, the contact, these boys loving to hit today.
2nd and 3 now. Creer straight ahead. And he knifes down to the 8-yard line, close to the first down. Looks like he's about a yard shy. 3rd and short coming up.
Brian Allen has really helped this team out, putting them in perfect position when they punt the ball, allowing this defense to pin Utah State back so the offense has had short field to work with.
Chip Hester, a linebacker, and Maylon Lee, a little used running back, in front of Hunter Lee, a true freshman, and a guy that hasn't played a quarterback in Cameron. He's going to go to the air. Patton stretches out. No, he did not come up with it. Was bobbled in the corner.
Referee was sitting there watching it. Beats the DB, Lawson again. Simple little fade route thrown there by Colby Cameron. Just puts it up there once he's got to make a play. He goes for it, bobbles. Right there is where the referee sees that it hits the ground.
It was close. Now on 4th down, they're going to go here. They will go for it on 4th and a yard from the 8. Handoff. Hunter Lee, touchdown Bulldogs. The true freshman takes it in. His first touchdown as a collegiate after going over 100 yards in the Navajo.
That is a gutsy call. You're on the road. You know you've had tough road game experience. You want to put 3 on the board for sure, but to do this run play, that's just a nice ISO. Hat on a hat. You win your battle. Allow the young kid, Hunter Lee, to get in the end zone.
8 yards for the go-ahead score. Nelson trying to make it a 4-point game. And he does.
This is good with 10-14 remaining in the fourth
Louisiana Tech with the unlikeliest of heroes. Colby Cameron at quarterback. Hunter Lee subbing for Lennon Creer. And the true freshman gives Sonny Dykes the advantage. 10-14 to go. A seesaw affair here in Logan. Louisiana Tech back in front after a impressive drive led by some unsung heroes. Colby Cameron coming in at quarterback and Hunter Lee finishing it off with an 8-yard touchdown run. First career touchdown for the true frosh from Flower Mound, Texas. And 58 yards. And they have shown that 3-back look a lot, and it's been effective for them.
Because it sets it up. You have the perfect protection if you need the pass with the extra people in the backfield. But then you can run the misdirection because you run to the side they are or you counter back to the other side.
Matt Nelson's kick. It will be returnable for Williams at the goal line. Breaks the tackle of Williams. He's across the 30, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Nice return by Kerwin Williams, one of the best in the conference in that category. Chucky Keaton has had some good moments. He had a difficult moment, a pick six. Shook that off, led him on a touchdown drive. Has played pretty well, and it has his team in the ballgame.
Well, Coach Anderson said it. They need to be able to stretch the ball down the field on top of running the way they've been doing. So I still think you got time, run the ball, but then that will set up the chance to give Chucky a chance to play action and go deep.
Coach Anderson telling us our identity is the power game. That's their bread and butter. He says it's the best offensive line he's had at Utah State. Let's see if they can take advantage. They won't do it on first down as they try to run up the middle and nothing there.
They got to take the momentum away from La Tech. They're a little bit shell-shocked. Fresno State last week played well the first half, didn't show up the second half. They've been in it this second half, but they have to finish somehow. This is a great test for this young offensive team right now.
The defensive front's done a nice job against the run. 2nd and 10. Play action. Keaton looking downfield, nothing available. And he throws it away.
I like him throwing that ball away, not taking the sack, not getting a holding penalty, but he did have an opportunity to run. And this is one of the young things that the young quarterback has to learn when it's time to do that. That would have been a perfect situation to run out of the pocket, get positive yards.
3rd and 10. They have Morrison in a slot to the top of the screen. They're 5 of 13 on 3rd downs. Looking for a big play from a receiver here. Keaton deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. The left tackle, Molina Sanchez, lost his helmet, and Broha got his hand up there to knock it down.
Chucky Keaton stands 6'2", but offensive linemen must know that defensive line learns. If I can't get there, I put my hands up. And that's exactly what Broha did, got his hands up and knocked that ball down.
So again, they will call on Tyler Bennett, who has been busy. His 8th punt of the game. Kicks it away from Guillotte. Hits at the 22. Guillotte's going to let it bounce. Takes an Aggies hop, and that's an effective coffin corner kick. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. 9:16 to go, and this is coming down to the wire, it appears. And we talk about close games, how tough it is to lose close games. These two teams, heartbreakers throughout the course of this season, and another close game, it appears.
But look at those points right there. 8 and 15. I mean, that's just huge. That means you're fighting and you're scrapping. You're like a centimeter away from having an effective season.
Sometimes it's one play, Coach Anderson told us, that keeps you from being a program that takes that next step. Aggies have the lead. They'll hand it to Creer. And he takes it across the 20. Nice gain on first down of 7 yards for Leonard Creer.
We're actually seeing a reversal of fortune right now. Utah State's a team trying to run, but look at this. It's La Tech getting the great blocking up front, getting out on the seams, starting to wear this defense down.
2nd and 3. Cameron still in at quarterback. He's been a spark plug for this offense. Creer again, same play to the outside, and a first down to the 26-yard line. Wagner on the tackle, and they go back to the same set on that one.
They see something in the defense, and what's happening, one-on-one matchups. The DBs, the linebackers, they're not getting off the blocks. That's allowing La Tech to get this positive yards on those first 2 running plays.
Clock running towards the 8-minute mark now. There's that 3-back alignment again. Lee in at running back. Cameron to Patton. Makes a man miss. And has a first down out of bounds for 39. They are in sync right now with Cameron. Really confident in his play calling, and they look like a different team.
And Patton, the general, just snatched that ball out of the air. It was thrown a little bit behind him. He did everything in his power to snatch that ball, turn around and get positive yards.
4 catches, 38 yards now for Patton. Handoff to Hunter Lee. Lee running across the 45 for 7 or 8 yards. And now they're getting big chunks of yardage in the ground game, something they couldn't do prior to this fourth quarter.
They're getting it done because they're winning that battle. Both these teams were running a stretch play in the first quarter, the second quarter. They got a little success, but not much. Right now, La Tech is starting to get more success out of it because they're getting bigger and bigger gains.
9 carries, 29 yards now for Lee, and that big touchdown run to put them in front. Cameron to the air. Patton never saw the football. He was running towards the sideline when the ball was in the air. They weren't on the same page.
They weren't. I think Patton was thinking possibly out and up, and Cameron was thinking out as he threw that ball, but they're still in 3rd and short. Look for them in this type of situation to do that simple little bootleg they've been doing or a draw.
What do the Aggies dial up here defensively on 3rd down and a couple? They have shown pressure even in 3rd and short situations. Let's see what they do here. They have Alexander on the edge, the linebacker at the line of scrimmage right now. Clear. Blockers in front. Not gonna get there. As they push him backwards, he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit that time. Wagner in there. McMillan has had a big game as well.
Offensive coordinator Tony Franklin outthunk himself a little too much on that play. In that kind of situation, they had a play called. He adjusted. You're going to see right there, this defense bows up. There's Wagner. No little linebacker or no little receiver is going to be able to keep him from getting to the backfield. They got the stop. And now they're forced to punt, but again, you have a great punter that's done an awesome job today. Mainly, I think the main reason why they're leading right now.
Fili Moiatu, a part of that play, clogging things up. He's played well from his end position. As you look at Ryan Allen, who's been one of the stars of this game today. Chance to pin the Aggies back one more time. 6:53 to go in this one. Going to hang this one up there. Morrison calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 12-yard line. Another punt inside the 20, an effective kick for Allen. 6:40 to go, and this game clearly hanging in the balance. An important game for both programs. Tech up by 4. Utah State trailing with 6:40 to go. They have 3 timeouts remaining, as do the Bulldogs. Utah State has been the master of the long drive this season under Gary Anderson. Coming in, 5 90-yard scoring drives, most in the nation. They're starting this drive from their 12, 88 yards in front of them. Swing pass into the hands of Stanley Morrison. And Morrison has a first down up to the 25-yard line. Morrison, a guy that is a big play guy in the open field.
And you can see why. When he gets the ball in his hands, he makes plays. This simple, quick bubble screen. But look how quickly he plants that foot and gets upfield, gets the first down, not looking to get out of bounds, likes the contact, and can convert.
Senior from Denison, Texas. They mark the football at the 24. Keaton going to throw it again into the hands of Moats. Moats hammered by Boyd as he moves the football to the 29 for 5 yards.
And I like the pace. You got to go quick right now. I don't believe you should wait. If you can score within 2 minutes, score within 2 minutes. But you want to take a chance. Look at this. Another little bubble screen. Moats gets it, plants his foot here. Hey, Chad Boyd, let's meet at the crossroads.
Reliable senior with a nice gain, 2nd and 4. Hand off to Turbin. A little misdirection there. And he's about a yard shy of the first down as he moves the pile to the 33. Cole on the tackle.
I think right here you got yourself in a lovely position, 3rd and short. It's something you can convert. Just get Chucky out of the pocket. I like to see him roll him a little bit. Maybe get him to the strong side, throwing somebody in the flat.
More run than pass. We expected that coming in. Running situation here, 3rd and 1. Straight ahead, Smith, and he runs into a brick wall. He did not get there. Adrian Cole in the middle of the play, and it's 4th down and about half a yard to go.
I didn't like that play much, but you better bring in Robert Turbin right now. You're going to have to go for it.
No, I don't know. You think with 5:05?
Well, the way
it would be a gamble.
Playing, but I would think you go for it a little bit right now. He got stopped right there. Broha right there at the bottom, lacing up on him. I'd ask for a measurement. I'd see exactly where it is. Stop the clock a little bit, ask for a measurement. Give yourself a chance to see if you do really want to go for it. If you have a short distance, quarterback sneak right now.
Oh, it's half a yard. It looks like half a yard. They're going to bring the sticks in from the far side here. Broha's played well at his end position, as has the middle of that line, clogging things up.
Defense has played well. You could put it out there.
That's half a yard there.
That's half a yard. That's something that they just going to kick it right now. Let the defense play.
The defense has played well. Their punter's been effective, Bennett, and the fans don't like it, but still 5:05 to go, and you have all 3 timeouts removed.
You have all 3 timeouts. You got to hope for a good kick here and a 3-and-out. I understand the madness behind the theory. So if your defense can do it like they've been doing, put some pressure on Cameron, yeah, this is a good call.
Tyler Bennett, the Phoenix product, with a trouble on the snap, and then he gets the kick away, and there's a flag coming in. They roughed the punter. They ran into the punter, and because of the problem with the snap, Bennett gets bailed out and ends up helping out his team.
That was straight rugby style. I don't think I've seen a drop kick or anything close to that.
Illegal kicking.
And that will give them the first down. A big-time break for the Aggies here, because Bennett had a tough time getting the snap.
No, what they're saying is because he dropped the ball, he didn't get it. He kicked it off the ground. Watch.
No, that's what they're going to call instead. I thought they were going to call a roughing after the play, and that is not the case. So an illegal kick instead. Yeah, Australian rule style is what you're saying.
Yeah, that was impressive. That's impressive.
Illegal kicking on a loose ball. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot where the ball was kicked, and a loss of down. First down.
Oh, what a tough break right there for Utah State. A loss of down as well. So it gives the Bulldogs the football at the 12-yard line.
Wow. So it goes back.
When's the last time you've seen that, by the way?
I've never seen that, and it goes back to the call. So 4th is short. You should have went for it. Now you just gave them the ball with a 4-point lead on the 12-yard line.
What a stunning turn of events here. And now, if you're Utah State, you're hoping to just hold them to a field goal attempt. Bulldogs trying to take advantage of the opportunity. In the backfield, it's Hunter Williams in trouble, and he's dropped for a loss back to the 13-yard line. McClinton on the tackle from the safety spot. It was the bad snap, though, that caused him to get out of sync. But a costly error by the special team.
And huge. That's why personally I thought you should have went for it. Momentum was flowing your way.
Hunter Lee in motion. Cameron, quarterback, keeper, up the middle. Down to the 8-yard line. Connor Williams, a sophomore defensive end from Ontario, Canada, on the stop.
Now that, because they're eating the clock up too. It would have been one thing, you had to have a perfect snap in order for everything to work out right, but this is where it costs. You got to get a stop here, leave some time on the clock, because now you're going to have to get a touchdown.
Big third down here, 3rd and 8 from the 9. Patton is split to the bottom of the screen for Cameron. He has 3 receivers left. Handoff, Hunter Lee trying to pick his way forward. A very conservative call by Sonny Dykes. They get a couple yards to the 7, and now 4th down, and they will settle for a field goal here.
Now, I'm surprised that no timeout has yet to been called by Utah State in this situation. They're going to let this clock run down. You have all 3 timeouts, but you're putting yourself in a situation with your young freshman quarterback. Your team is built on the run to pass, not pass to run.
Well, that's got to be a big confidence boost for Utah State. They're still in this game regardless of what happens here. Matt Nelson from 25 yards. It's a big kick, though. It extends the lead to 7. 2:46 to go, and Louisiana Tech now up by a touchdown.
Louisiana Tech doing what all they need to do, taking advantage of the situation, getting points and time off the clock so that they can put pressure on this Utah State offense to see if they can drive the length of the field and put points on the board if they don't get a return for a touchdown.
One-score game here in Logan. Strange turn of events. An illegal kick setting up Louisiana Tech in the red zone. They end up settling for a field goal from Matt Nelson. But Gary Anderson's team, despite that special teams gaffe, in position here. 2:46 to work with, 3 timeouts to even this thing up. They have a sense of new life here in the late stages.
They have to. You got a young freshman quarterback, Chucky Keaton. He's going to have precise throws. This offensive line is going to have to give him time unless Kerwin Williams takes his back all the way to the house for a touchdown.
Williams, one of the top kick returners in the WAC, standing back as a deep man near the goal line. And he's going to get an opportunity here from the 3-yard line. Gets a big block. He's going to finish. Williams to the 40 and dragged down at the 41-yard line. He almost caught it there, partner, as Terry Carter drags him down by the jersey.
This guy has a nose for finding the lane. And what I mean by that is watch, as he gets the ball, he finds the seam, boom, and he hits it fast. And this is the beauty of good returners. They don't dance around a whole lot. They find the seam, hit it, and go.
The Aggies with 2:38 to work with. Again, the 3 timeouts. It's not a quick strike offense in terms of passing the football, but they can get big chunks of yardage in a lot of ways through their run game and the option attack. Turbin in the backfield with Keaton. Throws for the sideline, and Eric Moats, with no indication yet. Did he haul it in? We do not have an official indication. They say no, he did not at the 45. Great effort by Moats. Would have been a first down.
And Moats is hurt the way he got hit. He goes up high to get this, gets pulled from behind.
Yeah.
And that hit on the ground, you can see he's out for a second there. You can always tell when a guy gets knocked out, watch his arms as his head hits the ground. They don't move, they just stay still. That's why he wasn't able to hold on to that ball.
Clearly bobbling it as he goes out of bounds, and now the officials are going to blow the whistles here. They're going to take a closer look at this. And they're going to see if he did have possession, an official review with 2:26 on the clock.
And that's the hard part. When you watch as he catches this ball, comes down, 1 foot down to cause all you need. Ball's moving now. Now he needs to hold on to it, but see how the ball's let go at that last second? Is because as his head hit, it looks like he got knocked out for a quick second. Almost like when you watch a guy, a boxer, gets hit and he's out for like 2 seconds, then all of a sudden he starts to move. But you can see right here as he comes down.
Clearly not a catch, though. He juggled it all the way.
He juggled it all the way. And there's the point that he rolls over. It's hard to tell if they came back with the ball. It has to be conclusive evidence to overturn. But I'm saying that's why he bobbled it. You could tell he hit his head. He was out for a quick second. Otherwise, he still would have been grabbing at the ball
caught it. Yep.
Yeah, as he was coming down.
This is what they would need to do. And they confirm it that the play does stand. Just heard the official call from Jim Farmer on the field, an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 now for Keaton and company. Austin Alder is into the game as a receiver, the 5th-year senior from Provo. He's split left with Jacobs. Also 2 receivers to the top. Morrison is in the slot. He's the speedster. Keaton over the middle. Zips it. It's almost picked off. Cole almost had an interception intended for Morrison.
They know exactly what he has to do, so now these linebackers and DBs are falling back, making them throw up short. But that's where they got to take advantage of it. You have somebody like Turbin. Allow that defense to get back there. Do a screen in that kind of situation.
Javi is passing down here, 3rd and 10 now from the 41. Keaton over the middle. Catch made by Matt Austin. That's going to be short of the first down. It's a short pickup of 4 yards, 4th and 6, facing the Aggies with their 3 timeouts left.
Right now you're seeing it come across the middle. I like it. At least get some positive yards, make it third manageable somehow. Puts that ball in there. Austin holds on to it. You got to get this conversion.
And they will go for it here. They still have their 3 timeouts, but with under 2 minutes to go, the offense needs to keep this drive alive. And now they'll use a timeout. They're going to talk it over.
This is the hard part. Offensive coordinators, Dave Ball, and the head coach, when you get in this situation, you already should have some things lined up for what you want to do. And this is what happens when you don't. You have to waste a timeout and time off the clock.
Coach Anderson loves these tough-minded kids. They'll have to come up with a big conversion here on 4th and 6. Offensive coordinator Dave Baldwin talking things over on what to come up with it on 4th down. To come up with a catch on the sideline is Aggies trying to stay alive here from their 45-yard line. Martin split left, 3 receivers right for Keaton. Pressure. He escapes it. Gonna run for the first down. Cole hammers him out of bounds. And it's gonna be where the spot is. And I don't think he got to the first down marker. He didn't. Shy of midfield. And the Bulldogs take over on downs. Adrian Cole was coming in a hurry, and Keaton took quite a shot over there.
Definitely did. That defense dropped back, gave him no option. That front forward, Broha and Ike Nkali put pressure on him, but look at Cole, the motor on this guy.
Oh, look at the extension of the ball, though.
He
now
extended it out.
They're going to take a look at this, you would think. He extended the ball over the 50. Look at his left hand here.
Foot. And then the foot, the ball, yeah, you're right, Trey. Depends on where they want to give that spot. Foot, hit, stretches. Still, it could be still short, but man, that's good effort.
He made it a lot closer with the extension of the football. The ball's marked right at the midfield stripe right now. And if you're the Aggies, you've got to at least take a look at this and give it a chance, don't you?
I would think so.
1:36 to go. The Bulldogs have the football at midfield. And Aggies are not going to review it. They get the snap off. Handoff to Creer, and he drives forward for close to 9 yards to the 41-yard line. And Utah State will use one of the remaining 2 timeouts here.
Utah State.
Yeah, that's not what you want to get done on the first snap. You're trying to use some timeouts, trying to get some times out. You can see right here for the season, 4th quarter, the issues that they've had. So to be able to come back today and get done what they've gotten done, making the switch, benching the young freshman quarterback for Colby Cameron. Coach Dykes talked about it. We got to get something going, get a spark going. And that's exactly what they did when Colby Cameron came in the game.
Sometimes the curveballs can end up being big moments for your program. They had a lead at Southern Miss, lost it in the waning moments, had a 34-7 lead to Houston, lost that, lost in overtime at Mississippi State on a interception and then a Chris Ralph touchdown pass, and trying to get a victory here thanks to a strong 4th quarter. Here's Creer. Short of the first down. The clock will continue to run. 3rd down coming up, and final timeout called by the Aggies.
Final timeout, 1:22.
Utah State.
You get a stop. They can still run one more play, but take a look at what the schedule, what they got left.
Well, look at this. I mean, you've got an improved San Jose State team. Tough road games, though, in the middle of 2 home games. It's not going to be easy down the stretch in terms of getting bowl eligible.
It's not. That Fresno State game is going to be a tough one. Dogs play well at home. And then you got at Nevada. Nevada's been playing very well this year, even though Kyle Kaepernick's not there anymore. So when you're looking at what's going on, this is what they got to do.
And on the Aggies side of things, this would be a very disappointing loss, another heartbreaking loss for this program. They have some winnable games, but of course the trip to Hawaii, never easy.
That's never easy, but I like them to get me a plane ticket. I'll go join them for that game.
3rd down and 2 at the 42. Utah State needs a stop right here, or it's another tough loss. Creer straight ahead, and he leads forward, and it's very close at the 40-yard line.
Talk about Bobby Wagner and
Wagner on the tackle, and it appears to be good enough for the first down. It is, and this is a big win for this Louisiana Tech program.
They've had issues and struggles on the road, but you're seeing right here, Creer just going forward like Marcus Allen. He has the same body build, 6'1", 215. Just finds a way to lean forward, get that extra yard, get that first down.
They've been talking about trying to get a breakthrough win. They had a nice road win at Idaho 2 weeks ago. The bye week helped them with some injuries and getting geared up for this one. And back-to-back wins in the WAC. 4 straight WAC road wins now. And this is a program that you sense that something was coming, and now at 3-4, they're more importantly 2-1 in conference play.
And this is what you want is to be able to win these kind of games. You've struggled. Tell these guys, hey, we got to win. They come out here, they find a way to get it done, and this is effective.
The question was coming in 4th quarter, who would deliver, and the visitors from Ruston, Louisiana, get it done. Well, you have to feel for Gary Anderson. He has had so many close losses, and his team's going to fall to 0-2 in the WAC after leading at Fresno State last week. Again, another loss to another Bulldogs team, this one, Louisiana Tech. Sonny Dykes improving to 3-4 with a hard-fought 24-17 win.
And I think Sonny Dykes is excited about what the team has done, the way they found a way to win. This defense is much better the past 2 weeks of what they've done, and they're moving towards where he would like them to be. On the other side, when you look at Coach Anderson, the frustration to have the talent and the ability, but having to learn what you have to do in order to win these games, especially come the 4th quarter. You got to find a way to close teams out, and hopefully this young team will get that learned before the season's over.
Hunter Lee and Lennon Creer with touchdown runs. Nick Isham, the freshman, didn't have his best game, but that guy right there, Colby Cameron, in relief, the junior from California, leading his team to a victory. Louisiana Tech wins it 24-17. For Jay Taylor and our entire ESPN Plus crew, I'm Trey Bender, preceding an exclusive presentation of ESPN Regional Television, the worldwide leader in collegiate sports.